Hey, beautiful goddesses. Welcome to our next live video training. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you the steps to create war water. So you simply need a jar, right? Like this actually needs to be burped. You're going to need a jar and you're going to need water. I use tap water, not spring water, because it's war water. Again, no cleaning. I just got some tap water. Now, I started working with this when I was creating a war water for several days. So I filled the jar with water, and then every time I was upset, something pissed me off, whatever it was, I opened the jar and yelled into it. Water has memory. Water is intelligent. Water can bring life. It can also, drown you, right? There's a lot of power in water. So if you can get water from like a lake, a pond, if you find stagnant water that may be collected in the yard that's got scum in it, water that's just maybe sitting in a bucket somewhere after days of rain, that's the water you want to start with. Okay, so you're going to put that in there. I wouldn't fill it all the way up, and this is filled more than I would like, only because I started with a bigger jar. So I would fill it 3/4 of the way up. Now this is wrapped. It's not fully wrapped because my daughter hasn't done it yet. And it has the Lilith symbol on it, because I intend to create mass destruction with this water, and I'm calling on that energy. Now, when you start making this the way that I'm saying, you're going to want to burp your jar like once a week, twice a week, something of that nature, okay? So you're going to yell names, profanity, all of that stuff into the jar. Anytime that you're angry, open this fucking jar and say whatever you want to say to whoever you want to say it in this jar. Now, if that's all you have and it's time to do some work, you can definitely do some work from that perspective. You can use the water as is. Now, if you want to make it war water that brings people to the brink of death, like our death oil, you're going to add some more things. So yes, it's good to get your water from a very, very nasty source. Then I'm going to add all of the same things that I added to the my death oil. I'm also going to charge this. This hasn't been charged yet, but what is in here is already some glass. Okay. And so already like chipped glass. This is just glass that broke that I kept. Flies. So you saw me, if you watched the other video, when there's flies, they're dead in the house, or I kill them, I keep them in a jar. I also keep bees, wasps, other things for this very purpose. Okay. Chili powder, dragon's blood, black pepper. This is a separation powder I put this out of, and some sulfur. Okay. I'm also adding some, there is crud on the bottom of this jar, and I don't know where it came from, to be perfectly honest with you. So I'm actually going to take this crud, I'm going to add this to my mixture here. So Justice My Way kind of oil, Bitch Be Gone, Doom oil, a little bit of the last bottle of death oil, black hen oil, commanding oil. I'm going to go grab some more of this. I did have another bottle that I made some in. These oils that I used before, as you can see, this is my last working bottle of the original death oil. Okay, so the death oil doesn't have the foul smell that war water does. Why? Because you saw all the ingredients. Now, for this, I've put all the ingredients in here. And I'm going to add them to this jar. But I am going to wait, because when I open this jar, it's going to smell something foul. And I want to dump all of my herbs in it at once, and my oils, so that I don't have the smell. I'm not exposed to the smell, okay, for very long. So I've put all the oils here, all the herbs here. I have already activated them, whispered to them. Right, activation. And whispering their purpose, which is that of destruction. Now, like I said, I do want to get some more control oil for it. And there was something else that I wanted to put in here, and I don't know what it is. So in preparation, like I said, this smells pretty bad. So I'm going to have all my bottles open. I'm doing the prop. You can use, storm water as well. I'm trying to think of other things. I'm going to light some more sage, because I do want protection when the jar is open. Make sure your head is in fact covered. I also have incense to help and have the window cracked to dissipate, have the smell kind of dissipate as soon as possible. Now, if you can put shit in it, put shit in it. I have cat shit in mine. I have cat urine in mine. So when you add urine, I have spit in this jar. Like I said, I have cust in the jar. I am going to charge this with the tower when I'm done and it's recapped. But you see the tension here? That's why you're going to need to burp the jar. So I'm going to grab one more oil, and then I'm going to fill this jar up. So now I have anything heinous that you come across. Rusty nails. Okay, so you can rust your own nails, and I don't have any. I've got some that are rusting. I've used everything I had, so I will be adding rusty nails to this. Okay, so what does burping mean? Just what I did. I just cracked it enough for air to escape. Okay. Alexa, play ABC. No, Alexa, play ABCDEFU. Alexa, turn up 2. If you want to use human feces, you can go right ahead. If you've got a baby in the house, use some baby poop. I'm literally breathing out of my mouth. So the other thing you can do is to use sigils. And there you have it. It's really gross. So you could kind of get a little sense of what this looks like. It doesn't want to really zoom in or focus for you, which is probably a good thing. Okay? You want this as dirty, grimy, nasty as you can tolerate it. You see that? The way your voice sounds, all the hate, all the anger, as you are releasing and you are screaming, when you get to the point where you can move the energy through you and out of you, and you can scream the stuff that you've been holding in, you don't have to scream into the pillow. Scream here. Okay? You can also, if you've got a flat speaker, you can put on disturbing frequencies on low, and then set the jar. Alexa, pause. And you can set your bottle on top, okay, of that speaker, so that the frequency gets into the bottle. Like, this is ultimate disruption. This is ultimate demise. This is true, unadulterated disgust. This is what you want. You want to create something that nobody wants to come near, that nobody wants to cross, that, nobody wants to fucking fuck with. Anything that you can think of. Be fucking creative, right? Let how you feel, and that noise in the background would be Raina eating, I don't know what she's eating. Gummy snacks. But you need to be willing to let it come out. So I'll charge it from the top and the bottom. Now, what I'm going through and doing right now is literally wiping everything down to ensure that there's no cross-contamination, right? Nothing from this work and preparation is added to the next. And then what I'll do is I'll move the cards from the first working to the second working. I have multiple decks so that technically I could get them all charged at the same time. I'm going to charge them overnight. This type of work, so your war water, your death oil, your hen oil, your commanding stuff, like if you were going to charge it in the moon, if you want to work with the moon on this, then, and you're not in a rush and you don't need it, then you're going to want to do this in the waning moon. You can charge it under the waning moon, do the work during the waning moon. Okay? And then clean everything with bleach. Spray everything down, your hands, the whole nine. Clean it up, put everything away. And when you're done, so I'm going to have these just share a charging station for right now. This is me. No. Bleaching everything down. Now that everything is completely bleached, I've got this beautiful little pot right here. Now, this pot, ta-da, has a candle. These candles are available. I don't know if they're in the apothecary right now, but this pot is for cleansing energy, for balancing spirit, for acceptance. Let me see. How are you guys seeing this? Can you see that? There we go. Isn't that beautiful? This is 100% cast iron. It comes with a cast iron lid, so it becomes a fire safe container to do your work in the future. Once the candle's burned. So this helps to clear my spirit. This helps to clear the energy in the area where I worked. It helps to break up stagnant energy and allow in abundance. And this is one of my Lilith inspired candles. So the wind is doing its thing. And I don't have my wicks in here. It's 11:11. Oh, it's blowing too much. So I'm gonna have to get a match to light the other side because there's 2 wicks in here, so it can catch up. So I would let this candle burn for a little while in that space to clear it out. After everything's been wiped down with the bleach, you're going to leave your other work to charge. Once it's charged, also make sure they're in containers that don't leak. You don't want to spill. You don't want stuff to fall all over the place, and then you're cleaning frantically, trying to clean up and clean out, dirty ass energy. War water is the absolute worst if it was to break open. If you've done it right, you just don't want that vibe on you, anything of yours, etc. So I hope you found this helpful. And if you've got any questions, leave them below. I will do what I can to answer all your questions. And comments. If there's something else that you want to learn about, if you'd like to see a demonstration on, all month long, I am allowing the majority of the trainings to be seen by everyone. In September, everything will be put in its prospective school, and you'll have to have a membership to access anything other than what is available for the visiting goddesses. If you are here and you'd like to get a full goddess membership, message me here in the app, and you can get the link so that you can come in on a $22 a month discount, which you will keep for as long as you're a member. Later in the fall, we're going to go back to our regular price, which is $88 a month. Right now, it is on sale at $44 a month. So let me know if you feel called, if you're interested. And tomorrow, I'm going to be teaching more about the new program that's being released tomorrow. Essentially, it was released today. It was open today. All the links will be available tomorrow. So both the quantum delusion and your goddess Lilith era. So I'll be talking about that, and I will be teaching you some baneful magic. What I suggest, if it is that if you want to do some of the protection work along with me, let me show you really quickly. The type of containers that I'm suggesting that you use for the type of protection work I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Okay. It's not mandatory. The size does not matter. They can be big jars. They can be little jars. So for each protection work, for each ward that we're going to create, you're going to need 2 jars, essentially. These are the jars that I'm using. So I'm going to move this over here. It's catching less of the wind. So there's a small jar that we're going to essentially put in here. And then we'll have into the large jar. Okay, and I'm going to have glue to glue that small jar inside of the larger jar. So the jars can be any size, but you want a smaller jar that literally fits inside where the lid can close. They don't have to be new jars. They can be recycled jars. And you're going to want a set for each type of protection. So if you're going to protect yourself, you can do like yourself and your family, and the people you love. You can then do your money. You can then do your business. You can then do your love, intimate, relationship separately. You can do your business image. You can do all types of things. You can do protection for anything and everything that you want. Okay? But you are going to want to have a separate set of jars for each of these workings. And they're essentially going to be protection wards that you create. If you do one for your home, you're going to want to put it out in front of the house. If you're doing it for your relationship, I'd store it in your room. If you have a spiritual area, I would store the rest of your wards there. So again, I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Even if you're watching the replay, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, let me know you watched it. Leave me some feedback so that I know what will make future recordings better for you. And if you have any questions, love you, bye.